Hello and welcome back to the Impact Teaching Social Media. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that's diving into the more technical side of teaching, and we're going to talk about how to differentiate for students. So maybe in your class you have a couple of students that are really far ahead, they find the work quite easy, or vice versa, you have some students that are really struggling and need some help to access the work. My advice for this would be always be prepared. So if you have students that can't access the work, make sure that you've put some stepping stones. So maybe have an interim task that's going to help them reach the work that's the next level. Also try and do some targeted drop-ins. So if you know there's some students that are really going to struggle, try and go to them as soon as you set the task. And putting stepping stones on the board is going to help everyone, because only the students that really need them will use them, and the more confident students can kind of bypass that stage anyway. If you have students that have a much higher English ability, then I would recommend having some extension tasks ready. And you don't need to tell the students about that when you set the work, because if you say, when you finish this as an extension task, chances are they're going to take a long time on the sheet because they don't want to do extra work. But if they put their hand up and say, Miss, I finished, or Sir, I finished, then you can just go over with an extension sheet and tell them that they have to get to a certain point on that extension sheet, set your expectations so they know that it's not optional, and that's going to make sure that they stay engaged. So to talk a little bit about why it's so important to differentiate and make sure that all students have work they can access and that's going to challenge them, it benefits loads of different aspects. Behaviour management is one of them, so they're not going to act out because they're not bored. It's going to help with their engagement because they're going to actually be able to access the work. And it's also going to help them perform better because they won't get left behind, and then they won't, it snowballs if they get left behind too many times. But they're also not going to find that they're not reaching their ability. So there are loads of benefits to using effectively differentiated teaching. If you have any other tips for how you differentiate your learning, for what you do for your higher prior attainers or your less confident students, then please do share them in the comment box below, and I look forward to hearing your ideas.